Okay, we can fix that. Hello, everyone. This is a whole new setup for me, as you can see. And I am going to try and do this, but it's upside down to me. So please comment. I think I can see comments. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what you like about January. There must be something you like about it. I, for one, like the fact that we are getting longer days. So I have a few things to show you, and I'll try to remember that for me now, everything has to be the other way up. I had some issues with getting my setup working. And before I go any further, I'm just going to check and see if, I'm just going to leave a card there so you know that something's been happening here. See if it looks like I am on YouTube. If you're there, please comment. And let me know. I do not see it, but I'm going to do my thing anyway. And oops, I see maybe one person is there watching, so maybe that's good. Okay, I'll show you some other cards at the end. I want to show you a couple new things that are happening, which I'm sure you've seen in other places. We have a new catalog that is started on the 6th. So there's lots of new things in there that we can now share with you. So that's a bonus. We can show you the inside. There's lots of great things happening there. And we'll talk more about that later. We have a new online exclusives. And if there's anything, again, I'm trying to figure out these camera things. If there's anything that you like in there, you can get through my store. We have 3 new kits introduced. We have bonus days, which are happening for January and February. No, January. And then in February, you redeem them. So for every $60 you spend, you get $6 coupon. Do not lose the coupons because Stampin' Up! Does not record them, so they won't know how to give them to you again once you get that email. And we have a new product of the month. I wish there was somebody chatting to me so I could see if I'm really working. It says I'm going live, so I hope you're there. This product of the month for January is a great one because it is a word set with different fonts, which I think will be very useful. And here in Canada, as you can see, once we spend $100, we can get it for $5. So a number of us have it coming already. So I'm sure you'll see lots of new things with that pretty soon. And last but not least, what else is happening is a virtual card retreat. That is, I see some names. Thank you. I'm glad you're on there. And as you can see, I'm busy trying to do this a new way. And it didn't work the way I wanted, but at least I'm here and I've got a card to share with you. So card retreat is on January 22nd, 23rd. It is recorded, so you can watch it afterwards if you can't make it those times. And there are 15 cards that you'll be making when you get the kit. I understand there's 1, maybe 2 stamp sets that come with it, so it's quite a great deal. So I see we have Marie shoveling snow, and everyone left my shovel behind. And Betty, it's working. Thank you, Betty. And Ines, good to see you. So my card for tonight is, and again, like I said, because I'm doing this upside down, it'll be I'll try to get it right. But it's a diamond-shaped card that I watched Sue Campfield do. And I thought it was really neat. Just a couple things that I made these for my team swap this month. And I noticed when I got them made, I cut all the papers and I did whatever. And then when I went to put them in an envelope, they were kind of bubbly. Like you can see, they don't quite flatten. So I'm going to try something a little bit different. I think out of all, I think I made 8 or 9 of them. I think this one does flatten. So, but they stand up really nice. I really, whoops, again, because I'm kind of backwards here. I will get that fixed before next week. So measurements and everything, as always, will be in my weekly newsletter. I have this piece of paper that I'm just going to put down at the bottom of the screen there, because then I won't keep mucking with it. And I'm going to try putting this together. So I have 2 identical pieces of cardstock, and they're scored in the center and on the sides so that they make these side pieces. But when I put them together this time, I'm going to make sure they are flattened. So bear with me and keep chatting with each other. I hope you've had a wonderful holiday season. And we here in Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada, are experiencing warmer weather in the next week or so. They're forecasting now that we're going to end up with flooding because we've got so much snow recently. So that's not a good thing. But if any of you saw my Facebook personal page, I posted a picture of a bunny rabbit that was sitting outside my backyard here. And I had a comment from somebody about, boy, you've got a lot of snow. So yes, we do. So if we end up getting a melting now, which is what they're telling us is going to happen, it could be lots of water running around. We are lucky in our subdivision here that the Betty, you have trouble upside down. Backwards terrorizes me. Yes. Well, I'm lucky I can see the computer and at least see what I'm going to show you. So there's my 2, again, as Pam would say if she's on here. The Flying Nun, we were talking about, I'll show you the cards that we did today in our Christmas card class, and they were, they looked like wings again and whatever. So what worried me, like I say, on those was when I put them together, they didn't lay down flat. And I don't know if it's because, you know what, it's not. Because when I lay those down, they are the same size. But I'm going to flatten them and glue them first before I put any papers on them. And then if I have to trim, I can. So I'm going to just put glue on these end flaps. And I'm going to start with one and then the other. And yes, Betty in Calgary says she's supposed to have 12 above next week. I thought we were supposed to have 5, and I thought that was pretty good. So, yeah, our weather is really kind of silly. But as we watch the news of other parts of the country, I think we're still pretty lucky. So I'll try that. So that's one side. Now, if I were to lay this, I'm sorry, I am upside down to you, so I'll turn it around and lay it flat and glue it. Well, there is just a tiny bit, but for the most part, it does lay flat. So then I'll take my trusty little paper snips and trim off. And sorry, this is not going to be right side up to you because I cannot do that. But there's how much, and that's really, like if you, can you see that? Very little. If you were to look at these, it's really not not much of a buckle, but it bothered me. Any of you that know, I'm a little bit anal about stuff like that. So what are we dealing with? Ice, ice, ice. Yes. Yes, we do have a lot of ice. I used all the ice melt that we had. And my son, luckily my son sells it where he works, and he brought me some again. And I've got part of it used already. So again, better to use that than to end up having somebody fall, me or anybody else. Marie, who's on here, was shared some pictures with me today of her yard and the pathways that she's been dealing with up by Grimshaw. Oh my gosh, Marie. I think you might have a flood if you get warmer weather, for sure. So I'm just gluing 2 pieces of this kind of designer paper on here. Design 1. During our class today, we were trying to come up with different ways to describe things so they meant the same thing to everybody. And sometimes that's hard, but we did get through it. I'm just looking to see, hope to get your newsletter. Ines, do you not usually get my newsletter? I believe you're on my newsletter list. If not, just go here. Whoops, let me get this in the right place. You can subscribe to my newsletter, find my classes, everything else. So, and then I'm going to put these on either side, front and back. And then we have to put the front on, and that's got a couple little pieces of hinge paper, I'm going to call them, to hold them up there. And that'll be it. So it doesn't really take too long. And sorry if it's not making much sense, but I have to hold it up like that to see it. So, hello, Linda. Glad you found me. I'm learning something new again. Trying to, what is the DSP? The DSP is that Christmas one we had. What was it called? It had, it was in this one. Paper. Traditions of Christmas specialty paper, I believe, Betty. I don't have it out here because I cut this a while ago. So, but it's the one that's got the black and white, and it's got, if you look at this side of it, it's got some gold in it. I'm sure you'll know which, if you were to look for it, but it is one that we just recently had in that catalog. So, have you found lots of great things in the new catalog that's available, or the new online exclusives? We're finding, some of us are finding a lot of the things on the online exclusives are more to our liking than the catalog even. So I recently had a friend who said she didn't get a catalog, and I said, well, you didn't ask for one, so I didn't send one. And she said, that's okay, I'll look at it all online. I can do that. So I think that's becoming more popular too. So there's, doesn't matter which way's up, the back, there's the front. And now I'm going to stamp, and I have, whoops, I have some stars to put on there too. I have made sure that I had 2 pieces of cardstock ready, just in case I don't stamp straight. And the way tonight's been going, it's very possible, and I'm sorry, but I'm going to do it my right side up. And let it dry for just a bit. And while it's doing that, I'll show you, this is the stamp set that I use, the Right Words. There are so many different fonts and so many different occasions this would work for. So if you haven't got that one, that's a great one to start with. And no dimensionals because we have that pop-up thing happening on this card. So I'm going to put that together, and I like to turn it over and burnish it this way so my fingers aren't on the inky side. I wonder if I could pick it up, it would help. And before I lose them, I'm going to attach these stars, which I did remember to put my adhesive sheet on the back. Have you ever done that? I really like it when I remember that. And yeah, I think it's on all three of these this time. So I'm going to, oops, do this one. So keep chatting. Love your nails. Thanks, Ines, but that's what's causing me not to be able to pick these things up. But I kind of like them as well. So I have a wonderful nail tech, and we enjoy trying different colors and everything. So next month will be a different color. So to do the hinged part, these two little pieces are scored in the middle, and I'm sure you've seen it, or I've shown you before. We've done some of this. I know in our Friday Zoom classes, if you don't come to our Friday Zoom classes, you really should. We have so much fun. We have different people teaching them. I just run the Zoom, and we just have a great time every Friday at 1 o'clock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it not on the fold, but right next to it, about the center. And just like that. And then I'm going to put the other one on the other side as I'm trying to whoops, don't move it, silly. I'm just reading the comments. Yes, Marie, the roads were terrible. I was lucky enough for Christmas Eve. My brother drove from Nanaimo to visit, and for Christmas Eve, he drove me to church and back. So I didn't even have to go out then. But it was nasty that night. So that was definitely a blessing, a Christmas blessing happening there. So that's basically it. Then this just gets stuck on there, and it pops out like this when you have the card. So to do that, I'm just going to put my adhesive on here. And remember that I'm showing you, so I'm upside down. You could place it lower, higher, wherever you want, but I'm going to aim for the middle. And who knows, maybe it'll be there. So back to the Zoom classes. If you're interested in them at all, let me know. I send out the email with the cutting instructions on Thursday mornings. So you've got about 24 hours to get them cut. I usually do mine Friday morning, so but everybody's welcome. It's all on Zoom. You use your own supplies, and we just have a great time together. So again, let me know. I also have the Thursday classes. I have the second Thursday of the month, which is today. I do the Christmas card class. Then the third Thursday, I do just a monthly card class, which is usually a little bit more techniques. But after today, I'll show you those cards because the lady said, oh my gosh, that was 3 fun folds we did today. So yeah, so that's just again, a use for your designer paper and place to write on the back. You could stamp back here if you wanted to. I just really like the simplicity of it. And so that is the card there. Before I forget, the last time I had a live, I made this. Whoops, turn it over. Which is a little box gift thing. And I did a draw for all those who had commented. And Stacy, you won that. I don't know if you're on here. I haven't seen if you are, but if not, I'm going to try and mail that in a bubble envelope to you in Edmonton. So that will be coming your way. And now, let me show you our Christmas cards from today. This one lays flat to go in the envelope, kind of, and then we did put a piece on the back to write on. So it was kind of a tower card, I'm going to call it. This one is a flip-flap card, like so. So it opens just kind of a different fold again. And this one is, what did we call this one? Can't remember what the official name was, but it's got an inside fold like that. One of the ladies maybe can remember what that was called. That's one design. This is another one. And then I have this one I recently received from Lillian. I do not have this set, so Lillian, I really appreciate you sharing it with me. It's a great set. The linen, I do have this linen stamp for the background, and I'm going to use it more soon. And then this one, squeeze box. Thank you, Betty. That's what this card is called. I knew it had I think accordion squeeze box, right? And this one is one that I made during Carmen, who is in our Zoom class on Fridays. She had a mystery card stamping Tuesday night, and it was really out of my comfort zone. It was in memory of our friend Karen Yeomans, because Karen didn't like where you stamp your whole sheet at the back like this, and your roughed edges. Like her and I were a lot the same that way. So it was a very nice class. Thank you, Carmen, for doing that. I used paper. Well, this paper obviously I stamped, but this one is from the 12 Days of Advent card kit, and so is this die and the words. So that was my card that I made for that. So it's a great thing if you ever get a chance to do Carmen's mystery stamping. You won't be disappointed. It's always a great time with those ladies as well. So I thank you so much for sticking with me and joining in, even though I was upside down on my table. I will get that figured out. I did try for about half an hour, but it just wasn't working. So I'll try again here in a few minutes, and I will have it figured out for next week. If you have anything in particular you would like me to demonstrate, let me know where it is, and I will certainly do my best. I really appreciate if you subscribe to my YouTube channel and share it with your friends. And we keep having and growing this community where we can make cards and send them to eradicate loneliness. As Sarah from Stampin' Up always tells us, that's a great thing to do. So take care, everyone. See you next time.